Hey everyone, welcome back to In the Alley. My name is Cody. Glad you guys are back for another video. Friday night recap. We had doozies of games. We'll get into Tulsa and Green Bay here in 1 second, and then San Diego and Vegas was a nice little nightcap there. So without further ado, let's go. Back to Green Bay we go for yet another week. Tulsa coming to town. It's going to be an opening kickoff, corralled by backup quarterback TJ Davis, and he's going to get out to the right sideline. He's going to break a tackle, and he's going to get some great field position for the Blizzard to start. Second and goal from the 3-yard line. It's an RPO keeper. Max Myler up the middle, up and over and in. Green Bay strikes first. Who needs offense when you have special teams? Kickoff is going to be short of a deuce. It's going to be Sheldon Juju Augustine taking it out of the end zone. He's going to find a seam. He's going to find a hole. He's going to go left to right to right to left, and he's going to take it all the way back to tie this game up at 7. Okay, I lied. Tulsa missed the extra point, but no matter. Green Bay is going to extend their lead here. It's going to be Myler looking to the right, finding Lowell Patron, and he gets tackled into the end zone. Touchdown. Still in the first quarter, 3rd and 19, pressure in his face, and TJ Edwards lobs it into the end zone. Look at that concentration to make that catch. Faison McClurge with the Michael Jackson. 4th down, start of the second quarter. Myler's going to look. He's not going to find anyone open. He's going to take off. He's going to fumble, and whoop! And he gets it, and he scores a touchdown. Wow. Not too long after that, we're going back and forth here. It's TJ Edwards looking, and I don't know how he's wide open, but Cole Blackman in the end zone for the touchdown. Ensuing kickoff here, 21-20. It's going to be Zane Lewis on the return. Does he have magic in him? Nope. Boom! It's Trey Harvey. From midfield, Myler's going to take the snap, pressure in his face. He evades it. He is looking for anyone. He's just going to lob it into the end zone. And guess who's there? A wide receiver by the name of Harry Ballard. It's a touchdown, Green Bay. Anything you can do, I can do better. Kind of. We're keeping pace here. It's going to be Sheldon Augustine with the whoop, and a whoop, and an in for the score. To the 1-minute warning, Edwards looks to his left. It's going to be Cole Blackman open, and he gets it in for the touchdown. Tulsa leads. Not to be outdone, though, less than a minute to go. Myler at midfield looks, and I don't know how TJ Davis is that wide open for the touchdown, but he is. Green Bay leads. I said not to be outdone, and we are getting outdone again. Sheldon Augustine for the score. Tulsa retakes the lead. It's not a lead change, but final play of the first half is Andrew Mevis. He's going to kick this one up and out. Nickname Automatic Andrew. There we go. 10 minutes to go here, clinging to a 2-point lead. It's a little pop pass. They're going to extend it. Faison McClurge again with a score. 3rd and 1 for the Blizzard here. Myler facing pressure again. He's going to find an open Kymani Clark. Shakes the tackle, gets in. Green Bay back within 2. Less than 2 to go in the third. It's going to be an option keeper up the middle, and please don't tackle him by the face mask as he goes in. Clark has caught a touchdown. He's about to run for another. High motion, and just using his legs, breaks a tackle, shifts into overdrive, and crosses the plane for 6 points. We are back to a 2-point game. It's going to be TJ Edwards faking the toss, going to the right side, shifting, shaking, juking, and diving in for a touchdown. And again, Green Bay keeping pace. It's more high motion handoff for Kemo Clark. He's going to find a hole, and he is not going to be denied. Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling, touchdown. Sometimes I think TJ Edwards just likes to jump for the sake of jumping because he could have run this in, but he doesn't. Touchdown Tulsa, they take the lead. 30 seconds left in this game. Green Bay needs a touchdown to keep this game alive and possibly send it to overtime. Myler finds no one open. He takes off. He gets in. We are tied at 68. To overtime we go. It's 3rd and 14. Edwards pressure up the middle. Allen Henry with the sack. 4th down for Tulsa. 4th and 18 now for the Oilers. The field goal is up and blocked, and it's going to be Green Bay with a chance to win this one. Do you take a shot at the end zone, your first play of overtime? Well, we're about to find out. Myler sends his men in motion. He's going to look. He has a man, and it's going to be TJ Davis again down to the 1-yard line. And you knew it was going to happen. It's Kymani Clark. He's going to call game on this one, 74-68. Green Bay comes back, and they take the victory at home. Let's head out west for a rematch between San Diego and Vegas. 1st and goal for Nate Davis. He's going to throw over the middle. Tipped and intercepted. Mikal Calhoun for Vegas. They take over. Just the MVP doing MVP things. It's an RPO keeper right up the middle. He is untouched and in. 20 yards out. Touchdown Nighthawks. 3rd and goal now. Start of the second quarter. Johnson goes to the right. It's a pop pass right to Tamari Terry. Whoop. And up 2 scores are Vegas. Strike Force needing points. It's a toss out left side. I don't know how he doesn't get touched to the walls, but Trayvon Van in for the score. And this play is going to be a little controversial. It's going to be Nate Davis sending his men in motion. He's going to fire this into the end zone. It's going to be John Maldonado catching it up against the wall. Ball comes out, but they rule it a touchdown. They're always good for this for like once a game. It's going to be pressure up the middle. Johnson throws it. Quentin Randolph in the end zone. Touchdown Nighthawks. They take the lead. Let's pick it up in the third quarter here. Under 5 minutes from his own end zone. Johnson's just going to heave it. CJ Wyndham wide open. He doesn't get in, but he's going to set him up nicely at the 1. And from the Wildcat formation, Antonio Wimbush left side, he's going to leap and go in. 2-score lead again for the Nighthawks. Let's go about start of the fourth quarter. Their own Wildcat formation. Rudy Johnson on the right side and in. Strike Force back in it. 3rd down and 2 for Vegas. And whoop! It's going to be a fumble by Jerome Johnson trying to throw it. The Strike Force. Oh, they don't recover it. It's Tamari and Terry picking it up as he advances. Nothing comes of the fumble. It's 4th and 5 for San Diego. Davis is going to fire to the end zone, and Dallas Daniels over the shoulder, over the wall for the touchdown. Strike Force with a 1-point lead. 3rd and 7 for Vegas. Johnson's going to air this out. No, he's not. It's going to be intercepted by Royce C. San Diego feeling it. 30 seconds later, it's a 3rd and 5 for San Diego, and open is Rudy Johnson for the score. This might seal it. Final play of the game here. Vegas trying to come back and win this. Johnson looks, fires. It's intercepted. Strike Force comeback, 35-27. All right, it is stats time here, and I'm taking a leap of faith with the Indoor Football League and their stats. So we're going to try something that I wanted to do at the very beginning of the season. We're going to talk stats. So they're going to pop up over my face like they used to if you were a day one viewer. Let's talk about it. So this was a beautiful, beautiful game that, well, needs no introduction since we've already done a recap and highlights package for it. But what we need to talk about here are team stats and our leaders and everything like that. So let's talk about our game leaders for Tulsa and Green Bay. TJ Edwards just couldn't be stopped until he was. And it took overtime to do that. 14 of 19 for 134 yards and 6 touchdowns. Just a beautiful masterclass when it comes to the passing game. He is also your leading rusher, 22 carries for 110 yards and 3 touchdowns. Faison McClurge, not to be outdone, 8 catches. So 8 of the 14 completions were to Faison McClurge for 79 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's great. That's a nice stat line for Tulsa. But Max Myler and company take it. It's 18 of 23 from Myler, 183 yards and 4 touchdowns. So not as many touchdowns, but again, Tulsa, they've got the running game issue kind of thing. Kaimani Clark, 3 touchdowns on the ground with only 57 yards. Tulsa kind of bottled him up a little bit, to be brutally honest with you. He actually broke out there late in the second half, got his 3 rushing touchdowns there, I believe in the third and fourth quarter, and he only had 12 carries. So again, Tulsa did a pretty good job bottling him up compared to the last couple of games. And then TJ Davis, your backup quarterback, is your leading receiver, 4 catches, 76 yards, and 1 touchdown. Taking a look at the team stats here, look at the third down efficiency for Tulsa, 9 of 11. Green Bay could not get their defense off the field on third down. Only a couple of times were they able to. Green Bay, though, 4 of 7 for third down, so they were over 50%. Not bad. 1 for 2 on fourth downs. Again, we talk about passing game. The total yards are roughly the same, and the rushing, quite a bit of a disparity there. Tulsa running a lot better than Green Bay, but again, kind of bottled up Clark there. No turnovers. I think that's the other thing here. And a quick side note, I couldn't really get a time of possession for any of these. So really, no turnovers in this game. I think that's what makes this really, really good is, well, we did have a little bit of a discrepancy in penalties, 8-4, and then kind of double the yardage there as well. No turnovers in this game. It's like Tulsa would score, Green Bay would score. Tulsa would score, Green Bay would score. And you would just go back and forth with this. So it was just a very, very, very beautiful game for both these teams. And again, it took overtime. It took Green Bay scoring 23 points in the fourth quarter to make this comeback, and Tulsa lets a victory slip through their fingers. So with that being said, let's go take a look at our second game and the stats pertaining to that, and we will move on to our bets. All right, so stats now for San Diego and Vegas. And again, come back in the very first game these two played, come back in the second game that these two played, and it's the opposite sides. And I picked the wrong team both times in my predictions. Let's get into it. 35-27 your final score, as we've mentioned in the highlights. Nate Davis, Really, really, really good job from what he did last week to what he did this week. 20 of 26. He started slow. He started a little slow, but he started to pick it up there. I think at one point the broadcast said that at one point he was 5 for 5 or 7 for 7 at one point through, I think, the second or third quarter. 3 touchdowns to just the 1 interception. As always, San Diego, I thought they were going to run the ball a little bit more as the season has gone along. They've actually kind of regressed when it comes to that. 5 carries for Trayvon Van. He's your leading rusher with just 11 yards. And then Rudy Johnson, your do-it-all player, 6 catches, 59 yards, and a touchdown. For Vegas, Jerome Johnson, he got benched, man. He got benched. And they were saying on the broadcast whether or not it was performance-related. He didn't look injured, but 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, 201 yards. But 14 of 24, just a smidge over 50% passing. He was your leading rusher, 2 for Vegas, 56 yards, 12 carries, and 1 touchdown. And Quentin Randolph, your leading receiver, 4 catches, 89 yards, and 1 score for him. Over to the team stats, neither team was really good on third down. 3 of 8 and 5 for 11 for Vegas, but fourth down is where San Diego thrived. 3 for 3 on fourth downs. They made it count. You look at the total yards, Vegas outgained them by almost 100 yards, 30 yards off, give or take. And that really comes in the rushing game. When you look at the passing category, it's fairly close, but again, Jerome Johnson needed a couple of some really good deep passes to Quentin Randolph, one for that 1 touchdown. But again, Nate Davis pretty surgical when it came to how he was slinging the ball around. Rushing, again, they rushed for the same amount. Vegas just ran better, and that's all things considered. You had quite a few Nate Davis running alerts. It just kind of goes from there. Neither team made a field goal, and penalties. I mean, Vegas, they had a lot of penalties, some mental mistakes on the ends. I think a couple of unsportsmanlikes and things like that. Like, they just kind of got in their head a little bit. 14 for 80. And again, I take this kind of with a grain of salt, just because these are the stats. IFL stats can be a little wonky, but I tend to believe that these are true. So 14 penalties for 80 yards to the 5 for 36 for San Diego. Both teams had 2 turnovers, and again, we just don't really know where the time of possession sits. So 21 unanswered points in the fourth quarter. San Diego, they get their comeback this time. I do believe these 2 teams play once more later on in the season, so they will have a trifecta. We'll see who kind of wins this season series out of the best of 3. So each team has won 1. Each team has made a comeback. You just don't want to lead early in this game, apparently. So with that, let's go take a look at our bets, see what we've won or lost, and we'll get on out of here. I knew Green Bay would come back and win. You always knew Green Bay would come back and win. 2 for 2 on the night as the under hits. Thank you, defenses. And that is it for our Week 4 Friday preview. Again, 2 doozies of a game, and I had to do the Saturday preview in the middle of Green Bay and Tulsa, and it was tough, man. I really just wanted to finish out that game, but I was like, I knew I needed to upload this, so really nice to be able to pause it, get back in there, and just finish that out. So just had to turn off all socials and just kind of unplug and just be in that moment. So really great game, too, for Vegas and San Diego. It was nice to see San Diego come back. I thought Vegas had it there for a minute, and yeah, that's where we have it. So with that, I'm going to take off here. Got more recaps and stuff to do as the week progresses. But until then, I'm going to take off here, guys. I love and appreciate every single one of you. If you feel so inclined to do so, like, comment, share, subscribe, whatever you want to do. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't matter to me. Love making these videos. Love talking indoor football, commenting, getting feedback, and everything like that. So appreciate it. Love you guys. With that being said, I'm going to take off here. Yeah, we've got more stuff to cover. So with that being said, see ya.